Do 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 do. I remembered to use the starting screen and to unmute. It's gonna be a good day. I have been well fed, and we didn't have to go to the gym today, so I'm probably a little bit more rested than the past couple days. So we're here gonna have a good time. I see Phoenix is here and Kitty is here. Hello, hello. How was your night? Hopefully you guys got stuff done that you needed to do, because we were moving stuff. And it was just a Tuesday. It was a tuckered out Tuesday, but we were a little bit wired Wednesday. I am going to be working on Kuro Kenshin primarily today, which thankfully passed me. Went and labeled this stream writing and more, because we're going to do the more bit. Ella's also here. Hello. Oh, I forgot how cute the starting screen is. Great start to the sprint. Absolutely. The stream rather. I also forget how cute it is, and I cannot wait to update it with you know who, aka Puddles and Co. So yeah, that might have to be a project. I don't think it would take too long, but I also don't know. Maybe it'll be a special thing in the near future. Maybe a July project, or like a special stream for it in July, because my birthday's in July. And I was thinking, oh, maybe we should have just some, like, for funsies, if not like whole streams, then like designated for funsies style sections of the stream, like a blind draw, working on the new starting screen, etc. So I'm thinking of fun things that we can do, because on the other hand, I'm also thinking of ways that I can keep certain motivations going. And I think it was really nice to dive back into my own lore and remember the process that it was for me to get here, not just as a human, but as a, like, author illustrator situation. So kind of thinking, like, I used to just draw and I can remember exactly what those drawings look like, and here's what I draw now, but also like the process and execution of Kuro Kenshin over the years was kind of actually pretty motivating. So I've already been working on it a little bit, and I'm considering a trial run where pretty much like a designated stream series, like it would still kind of be themed to the days of the week, maybe, and title wise, but I think it would be like, hey, this month this is the only thing I'm doing and working on, or like a working on till I get to A, B, C, or D, just to like trial it out, instead of bouncing around, which it's nice to bounce around when there's, not to say less pressure, but less, like when I have more time to do more of the things, then I can bounce around and do like an hour here, hour there. But when I feel like I have less time, the grind focus is maybe a little bit better. So something like that. But I think the blast from the past was very nice yesterday. Phoenix did get their computer moved. The rest of last night didn't go as planned, making for a rough morning. Slept since, been up for an hour doing my first thing of chores. Really glad we're sprinting again tonight. Hope it'll help me reset. Yeah. Reset Wednesdays. Isn't Sunday supposed to be the reset day? We can do it whatever day though. Whenever you need a reset, we just do a reset. Kitty's plan for tonight is to work on the puzzle, get the cookie dough from yesterday baked, and take a shower, so she will be busy. We will be here for you for that busyness. And it's a Wednesday, and Streambot is participating. I only just realized it, seeing little Streambot here pop up, showing up for work today. Streambot is also participating. We appreciate you, Streambot. Please show up all the time. Phoenix is also saying they're excited about the idea of more fun stuff like the Puddle & Co. start screen. It's gonna be so cute. I know, I have the vision already. I know what it's gotta be. July. I'm gonna write that much down. I'm gonna write that into the July goals to make that a fun stream thing. Phoenix says they do have to bounce around. That's how their brain works, but I know it's not for everyone. It depends, like I said, it just depends on like the schedule outside of my control. Like today, honestly, I didn't think I would have this energy right now because it was back and forth all day. Took the dogs to daycare, went to the auto shop, came home, went got groceries, came home and made late breakfast, went for a poke walk. It was just me and my husband, and the dogs were away, and we were like, the house is too empty. So we did a poke walk, which was actually longer than I expected. Came home, thought I could finally rest, had to go back to the auto shop. Came home, did kind of rest. Like I was playing Dreamlight Valley, so I wasn't like moving around, but I was also focusing on the duties that come with each expansion, where it's like catch 900 of these. No, it's actually catch, how many fish is it? I think it's catch 260 fish is the max level, but it's like harvest 900 blah blah blah. And you really can't just, maybe the fishing, but for the like harvesting stuff, you can't knock that out in a day. You have to like just get on every day or come back every couple hours and grab stuff. So I was working on the fishing grind, so I was kind of doing a thing until it was time to pick up the pups from daycare. And then I came home and I was like, as much as I know I should be in the office, we're gonna watch another hour and a half of something, lay there, not use my arms, and then we're gonna have dinner, and then we're gonna go be productive. And thank God I did, because I needed that last break, because literally it went from, ooh, I have the day off to do whatever I need to do, to all of that. So, yay. But we're here, and I feel really good because I actually took a break, and now we're feeling productive. Streambot is doing very well this week. Showing up. They're getting a full paycheck. Phoenix saying tonight might be the last cool one in who knows how long, so I really want to finish moving the furniture. Yes, I was thinking that earlier because we dropped down to 60 and yesterday it was 85. And I'm like, ooh, is this the last, could this be the last cool day? The last day that this office doesn't feel like a soda. So I reconfirmed with my husband. I'm like, it's okay if I move my stuff into the dining room for the summer, right? Okay, cool, because it's not gonna work up here. It ain't gonna happen. If it was just writing and I could use my Chromebook, I could go wherever I want to go. But it's not. I have to use my tablet and my PC, and it's stationary. So we are going to take over a different part of the house in a couple weeks. Disney Dreamlight Valley is a little at a time a day. Yep, great minds. But I have to finish those tasks, Elle. I have to. And I hate that some of the harvesting ones, like, it took me forever to finish Storybook Vales, Trumpet Snails, and Cape Gooseberries because they just would not spawn. But I finally finished it. So, while it should be relaxing because I have to get the things done, it's medium relaxing, medium productivity for stuff that doesn't really matter. So it's only 64. Only gonna get cooler later, so gonna take advantage. Yeah, I think we probably should dip in a little bit. See full forecast. No, I don't want to see the full forecast. Oh no, there's too much news in that little pop-up. That's it. I'm sure it's gonna get cooler. I have a couple windows open to take advantage. The pups are zonked. Willow went to daycare as normal. She gets to play with the group. Atreyu was invited back for like solo days, which is kind of like a boarding day, but they cycle through like the different trainers, daycare people, like spend time with him. They're supposed to take him on walks, play with him, and then if there were, if he passes his evaluation, then he can hopefully, this is what we're hoping, is hopefully he can get into limited group, because his issue being a big boy and a big grumpus is when he hit 2, he could not handle the group settings. And daycare isn't for everybody, just like school isn't for everybody. But my poor boy was relentless and so fixated that they had to take him out, and we were like, we're gonna just give his days to Willow, and this boy can take a break, because we don't want anything bad to happen. And then when they started offering solo days, we're like, we'll try it. At least it makes him comfortable in the setting in case we do need to, like, I can't really imagine us going out of town suddenly, but if like something happens and we need it, I want him to be comfortable there, but hopefully he can also make a couple friends. That'd be nice. If not, I don't know why I'm paying the money, because he's also very happy to just be my death dog. So we'll see. We'll give it a couple more trials and see what, see if he passes and he can make some more friends. Okay, thanks, bro. And I have no dogs with me because they're all zonked on downstairs. Elle's gonna do some writing this evening. Awesome. We had another storm here when I got off at work at 5. Heard the thunder and rain, normal, and then pop, pop, pop. It was hail on the size of golf balls hitting your metal awning. Ew. With golf balls? We had hail here a little bit ago, and but it was more like, not quite rock candy, like a chiclet. Maybe a little bit bigger than a chiclet. But yeah, I've not in person seen the golf ball hail. I've thankfully not had to. I know that pop pop sound. What the heck is that? Yes, he is definitely a troublemaker at daycare, especially because he has a vendetta against anything mixed with a poodle. So poodle mixes, aka doodles, any doodle. There has been 2 in his lifetime that he has tolerated. And that's mostly because he met them as a puppy and already established his dominance. And it was like a small, like, one-on-one group situation where we could monitor and make sure he was just being dominant dog and not deadly dog. So there's that. But also I think he probably gets overstimulated. And when he fixates, he fixates. It's been a problem. That's what makes walks hard sometimes with scooters and bikes and all the fun rollerblades. It's unnatural. He doesn't like it. So yes, he just has a little bit of a, we're gonna call it a social problem. But my home ec boy, he's a mama's boy. He's fine staying home with mom. So worst case scenario, we're just doing what we've been doing. Whereas Willow is like our varsity track star. Not sure how her grades are doing. It's kind of like she's the kid who's smart enough. She could have like straight A's. She could be, I guess if she wanted, she could be valedictorian, but she doesn't apply herself to the smarts. She is all in on the sports, which is fine. We support that. We know she's smart, but she doesn't always act smart. So if my puppies were people, that is their personalities. Okay, so not usually quite golf ball size for Phoenix, but around quarter size. Hi, Thog! Happy Wednesday! Atreyu does have strong ideas of how things ought to be. I'm sure it would be like he has to have things such a particular way. Maybe there's a dog spectrum for that, because like if this door or any door is even 1 inch not open enough, he won't walk through it and he'll stand there and whine. Which I've heard other mastiffs do that, so maybe it's a mastiff thing. He hates water, which I think is not too uncommon. He'll drink it, but that's about it. He doesn't want anything else to do with it. He tolerates baths. What else is he particular about? When it comes to food, if it's food he wants, aka food he shouldn't have, if it's tater tots, like, he will whine like he has to go outside, and then when you get up, he will reroute to the kitchen and sit in front of the stove because he knows there's tater tots there. Sometimes he sits in front of the stove because he expects there to be tater tots, and there hasn't been tater tots in a minute. We have to show him the empty tray and be like, all gone, buddy, it's not there. He doesn't like pig ears, but he will devour a bully stick. Willow will eat everything. What else? And he's, I don't know, like, he doesn't like... If he lays down on you and, like, forces himself in your space, fine. If you touch him in a way he doesn't want to be touched when he's comfy, he leaves. He's like, I'm not about this. So he's a very particular boy, but we love him. Yes, Willow absolutely wants to be the athlete and just go, go, go. She's our little huntress. I was gonna say, Trey seems autistic while Willow sounds ADHD. I feel for them both as an ADHDer. Or an odd her. Yeah, I think they, like, again, not to, like, project, but yes, I think that is very much where they would be at on a human scale. But they're dogs. We love them. They're so fuzzy. They like to sleep in bed, and it's just cute. So we'll see, since they're so zonked, if they bug us or not. But we are going to start our first sprint. I've not done my languages in a day, so whoopsie, don't care. I will not let the owl control me. Alright, so did I have the screen popped up? Yes, I did. So, yesterday we were doing some line art, and we were doing some of the filling in, like, the black areas. And today, looking at everything I had, the funny thing is, I really love a sketch, and I really love clean black and white line art. I'm not a huge fan of a finished page as much. Like, it can look good, but stylistically, I think there's something about crisp lines like this that I'm like, yay, it should be done. Let me move on. However, we are going to make this turn into this for as many pages as we can today. And just to give you guys an idea of what that could be, I'm going to drop us back down to just a line layer. This is where we started. We threw in some tones. I used to use a specific program in Photoshop that had a quote-unquote halftone pattern. So it looked like more like the dots you would see in comics. But that Photoshop cannot handle either this computer or just my workload anymore. So, or rather that program as part of that Photoshop doesn't do it. So we've had to move more into the digital side with just filling with the singular colors, or grays rather. And we just kind of keep adding stuff until we get a full image. This is the cover page for chapter 44, so there's just going to be like a title up top. But I'm going to keep this page open as a essentially color palette reference. So when I go to the next page, which has trees and doesn't need it. But like when I go over here, and I know I'm gonna do her hair, which another part is like setting up all the layers. Ugh, not tone 12. Basically, I know that her hair is this color, so I can color select from this homepage. Cool. That's what I'm doing in a nutshell. Phoenix isn't sure where they're gonna start, just gonna randomly jump in. We love that. Just jump in. Just grab the thing and do it. And is also learning that they often prefer more sketch than finish. Not sure why, just keep noticing that. See, that's also me. If it's a sketch, it retains more energy in it. I absolutely agree. I would love to just find a... I wish my next art project was just like, I'm just gonna sketch everything. Which the art for the novel can be, at least in the process. But not these comic pages, unfortunately. So we are just gonna finish out what we can, and we're gonna add some gray tones in and everything. Why is my audio thing not playing? Is it playing? Let me try. No, it doesn't look like my audio test is working. Oh yeah, now it's working. It must have hit the end of the track. Okay. So yeah, we're gonna work on this. We've got the timer for 40 minutes again. So let's get into our first sprint of the evening in 3, 2, 1, go! Do do do. We're back. Back from the sprint. We're back from the sprint. I have to use the bathroom, but we're back from the sprint. Yeah, I do have to use the bathroom next sprint. So it won't be that long of a break. But we got some progress done, just getting the bass tones down. So I'm not necessarily trying to finish finish a page and then move on, because there are some things I use a different program for. So we're just getting the bass done before we do atmosphere, shade, shadows, and text and effects. More fun stuff. We're just doing the bass. So it's a process, y'all. It's a process. It's many, many layers. Even when it's just black and white and somewhat straightforward, it's still many, many layers. Hydrate if you haven't been. Is this only my first one of the day? That can't be right. No. No, it is my second. Okay, I was about to be like, uh-oh. Uh-oh. So yes, how did you guys do on your sprint? Hopefully things are getting moved and words are getting written. I just have high hopes for the upcoming stuff. I forgot to write it initially, so I'm gonna write it down now that July we're gonna have some fun. We'll have some fun for July. In the goals section. We're gonna have the Puddles & Co. Stream starting screen. Stream starting screen. Ooh. I wish my schedule was just consistent so I could say I know what days we're streaming and everything. But nor we can't have that. We have to have irregular. I'm also still waiting on the map layout and everything for Saturday. Like I said, at least it's local. At least I know how long it should take me to set up. But I still want to know. I want to know where I'm at so I can visualize my goal. That is me. And I also have to collect all my things together because they're kind of everywhere where I have space, because there's just a bit of a disorganization right now. So, yeah. Kitty didn't do anything, just sat on the balcony listening to the rain, which sounds awesome. I love to just sit and listen and smell the rain. Yeah, love that. We love a good rainy day. That must be very, very nice. Now I gotta go bake some cookies. Phoenix was borrowing some of Kitty's energy. And then Elle was telling us a little bit about their story. Going dark this time. Protagonist is a British woman who has slowly lost her mind, going to actually attempt an adult novel this time. My last book was teen/YA and a novella, so this will be a project. Yummy cookies! And that is the name of my character, Rain. It's all come together now. We've all just... I'm not gonna say been rained on. That's kind of awkward. Taken out of context. Rain for everybody. I don't know. I don't know what we're going with that. But, same L, because my last trilogy, last and only, the trilogy that I wrote is also technically YA teen, just because of the age of the characters, but Fox, Wolf, and Hound they're adult characters, so I guess it definitely would be considered an adult novel, but I think it's going to be fun that anybody could read it. Most of my upcoming novel projects would be more with adult characters. There's only one or two that I think are younger. And those are like maybe standalone, because it's like one's actually a middle grade. That one will be fun. But otherwise, yeah, we're trying to write more adult characters, but not necessarily like adult themes, because as soon as you say that, the majority of people think, ooh, adult means sexy time, and it's like, not necessarily. I didn't say it was steamy, I just said it was adult characters. So, but yeah, it's gonna be a project. We are in this project together. Both doing British stuff too. I think we talked about that with Fox, Wolf, and Hound. Sounds intriguing. Da, 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 da. So many things are awkward and funny taken out of context. Stupid sticky key. Hey, Thog knew exactly where you were at. She got you. She got you on that. Yeah. I'm wondering if it is a good idea to try rotating months of like project focus. We'll have to see. I think June's gonna be our test, because I know for a while. Hi, bye. Do you need to go outside? Thinking about it? I might have to let them out on the next break too. I feel like a while back, I was able to like just focus on the one thing, but I think it was also because I was only working on the Eden trilogy and I hadn't yet revived the comics. So now that I've done that, I'm like, oh, my brain can't do both. So maybe June will be a good time to try out the like focus, and then if we feel like we've done well, we got some stuff done, we can switch that focus. If we feel like we got the mojo to finish it, we can keep with it. Because 2 weeks feels too short. 3 months feels too long. So maybe we'll try a month. We're finding the sweet spot, because life is ever changing, and so is my task list. Fist bump. Sorry, that was there was more of a punch, I guess, that way, but yeah, fist bump. My dyslexic brain couldn't picture it. Intriguing. Practicing. Intrigue. Let's all say it together. Intriguing. Are we gonna remember how to spell it? Maybe, maybe not. That's what hopefully spell check is for, but it is what it is. We got there in the end. I have to read Disney stuff to not stay in the dark Stephen King mind. Oh, fair. Fair. I used to bounce a lot more between Disney and true crime, but currently can't, like, I can still listen to true crime here and there, as you guys knew on the stream a couple months ago now, when the mute button didn't stay off and y'all got to hear whatever. The one that was in Ohio. I still don't remember how it ended up, but I only pop them on every once in a while. And that's probably because we're watching both Murder, She Wrote. Well, I'm watching Murder, She Wrote. My husband doesn't care. And we're watching Murdoch Mysteries. So I think I get my dose of crime without having to go too dark, because there are certain things that I have learned that will not leave my brain, and I would like to scrub them from my memory. So we've been very careful not to just click on everything. So now it's kind of bouncing between One Piece, crazy, very overstimulating anime, and chill Angela Lansbury as Jessica Fletcher from Murder, She Wrote. Like, that's the balance now. We've gone with cozy mysteries and kind of crazy anime. So we can fist pump and bump in celebration. Yeah. Just there's our stretch for the day, guys. Because this actually really, I feel it in my triceps. Do I feel it in my lats? Did we work the lats enough? Not really. Mostly here in the triceps, because my husband said I need to push him more at the gym. So he's coming with me instead of going on his own after work. And obviously when I did powerlifting training, I know the workouts. I've been doing a schmedium workout for a while. So having to push him meant I was pushing me, which means I'm actually sore for the first time in a long time. So like here, a little bit of bicep soreness right there, but like this, oh, this is your sign to stretch and not be as tight. If you need to get up from your chair, which I will do when we start the sprint, do that. Wow, this is so tight. This is so tight. You got hiccups? You can't be growing anymore, baby girl. You get hiccups so much. Why do you have hiccups? Happy girl. Yep, Elle does that all the time. Disney app, then Discovery Plus crime shows. Like, I think in general, I would prefer, like, the forensic files and the science behind it versus some of the true crime podcasts I've stumbled onto that, again, are burned into my brain. And my inner, pure child heart is broken in a way it can't be fixed. Knowing the terrible, terrible things out there. Phoenix ends up mostly in dark territory, at least for reading, then watches throwback kid shows to help balance. Very nice. I like that. My soon-to-be hubby used to watch Murder, She Wrote as a kid with his British mom. My grandma used to watch it, and that's how I got into it. Always, she would watch everything on PBS. Yeah. Phoenix is thinking of gonna aim to move the desk next sprint because it's the most complicated move and rather do it with the company cheering me on. Let's do it. Let's do it. She may or may not be inspiring me for this character. I won't say anything, but you did just put it on the internet. Allegedly. Allegedly. She was your inspiration. Cannot confirm. Phoenix used to watch Murder, She Wrote all the time, but I think it's been a decade since I've watched more than maybe a random episode. I mostly listen, read dark stuff, prefer it not to be visual. My Aunt Marilyn used to watch Murder, She Wrote. That's who I think of. I'm in season 8, hopefully nearly done with season 8. And I think there's 12 seasons. So I've got to the point where, yes, it's getting a little bit repetitive. But on the same vein, I think I'm close to the end, in a way. So I'm dedicated to finishing out the season. Very like in a non-stressful way. Though I may or may not be keeping track of how many episodes I watch a month just because of, you know, downtime and all that. So. And thank you, Willow, for the happy squeaks. Yeah, you got your Bobo. Yeah. Oh yeah, we're talking about you. Yeah. Okay, did we need to go potty? Mom's gotta go potty. So let's jump into this next sprint so we can have bathroom breaks. If y'all need a bathroom break or to get up from your chair, definitely do that. Hydrate, because we should. Just because it's cold again doesn't mean we can't hydrate. I keep telling myself that because I want something else instead of water. But yeah, we're gonna start this sprint and I will come back to work on more of the bass tones here. But yeah, let's get into this sprint in 3, 2, 1, go. We're back. Getting some progress, getting some tones down. Puppies went out. I gave them dinner. They will figure out when they want to eat that. And I convinced Atreyu to lay behind my chair so I could be up here and personal with my tablet. And Willow, I don't think has come upstairs yet. So possibly eating, possibly zonked on the couch. Whatever, puppies are having a good time. And I had the second half of my dinner. Because I made a big plate, or I made like a decent sized bowl. But before the stream started, I just didn't have time, so I was like, I will finish it later. So I did finish that. But now I'm like, I want my sweets treat, but also the health program through, like it's provided with our insurance, literally started today because my starter kit arrived. So I'm like, my pandas. So I was thinking of still opening the pandas so we can look at them, but then possibly just giving them to Terry. Rip my pandas. But let me know if you guys want to see the pandas at all. I don't think me opening them and having them in front of me is gonna be like temptation enough to like break the plan that I'm on. AKA I'm still not gonna eat them even if I open them up. So I won't feel pressure. If you guys want to see the pandas still, I can set them aside. But if we don't want to bother with the pandas, that's fine too. We can save them for a day that I feel like I can eat pandas. That's fine. There's still quite a few in that box. I didn't know this plan was a thing when I bought this box. And again, it was intended for like streams only, so I was like, oh, this will last, and it has. There's 32 bags in here. Is there really? No. How many streams have we done with this? Oh, I guess I could have also read there. 30, it's much bigger print, 32 bags. I feel like we've done 4 or 5 times. There is not that many still in here. 28, 26 at the least. I can't get it open this way. Help! I mean, to be fair, I can't push it down, so I guess, yes, there is that many. Wow. And here I'm like, oh, it's just a few, we'll finish it, and then we'll just, there's a lot left in here, guys. Yeah. Okay. The pandas can have a night off. Okay, we will give the pandas a night off and not worry about it, since half of them aren't even printed nicely. But damn, we're gonna have this forever. When's the expiration? Not that I've ever... Granted, these snacks have never lasted long enough for me to care about an expiration. Best by February of next year. So I guess part of this little health challenge that I'm starting as of May 20th is gonna be, how long will these pandas actually last? We're assuming there's like 26 left in here, thereabouts. Wow, that's gonna take a long time. And they're just slightly, like if I'm sitting here, I can't see it. So I do have to like lean up into my desk to even see the box. So there is also the chance that we will forget. But I appreciate the support, guys. Nope. Phoenix did stuff. Phoenix did stuff. Let's see, you guys were doing stuff during the sprint too. Was randomly started watching The Facts of Life, got to season 3. For me, that's more binging than normal, but now my brain needs a break from it. Yes. How many seasons of there is that? Because I feel like that's from the generation where the seasons just kept going and going. Elle had Sprint and pizza. Woo! We loved a pizza. We love crust. Mostly, if the crust is good, I'm probably gonna have a enjoyable pizza. If the crust is poo, disappointed. Got the desk moved. That means all the awkward to move furniture is done. I do have to move the desk into place, but that's not a big deal. That being said, it still basically looks like a disaster area right now. At least I know whether I finish during sprints or not. I'll be able to motivated to finish up tonight. Otherwise, I won't be able to relax. You guys have seen the various studio rearranging, office makeover, not quite a makeover, just it's a lot of rearranging. But we have entered chaos mode several times. I'm always excited for it until it happens, and then I'm like, oh my god, so much. But then you feel so much better when it's all put away. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great, Phoenix. We're here for you. We're cheering you on. Thaw got their lunch ready for work. Phoenix will be having leftover pizza later. Oh, it's pizza night? No one told me it was pizza night. Pizza and pandas. The cookies are done and tasty. And these are the chocolate chunk. What else was in it? Wasn't there like another chip or like a flavor? I remember the chocolate chunks because I was excited about the chunks. Heading over for cookies. Then grab a umbrella because of the rain. Rain, rain, rain. What was my... Oh, wait, I feel like I missed it. There it is. I did miss one. Quick question about the sticker with "Co" on the soccer ball. Is that a "Be on the ball" or do you love soccer? I want to say I played it my whole life. But let me, like, clarify that. We started playing on, like, the little elementary leagues. Then I played indoor soccer in high school because they didn't have, like, a girls' team, which I don't like running. Then I liked it even less, so I was the goalie. So it's pretty much a soccer household because my dad's from Egypt. My brother loves the Premier League, especially Arsenal. And so that was a thing we all did. So when I went into making With the Cherry on Top, that series is like I did start it before She's the Man with Amanda Bynes, but it's very much she disguises herself as a boy to play on the soccer team. That was my brainchild there. So yeah, I enjoy bits of soccer now. Like you'd have to like really convince me to go play because the running bit. I did play a little bit, just like casual. Well, I say casual, but we kept ending up in tournaments. Not because we were good, but because it was just a tournament day and they needed people, so I was there all day. But yeah, so I've played here and there not recently-ish. I enjoy it. I understand the rules as necessary. But yeah, I was much more into it back then when I started the series. Whereas now, since I'm not as into it, doing season 2 of With the Cherry on Top is going to be interesting because there's going to be a less soccer in the soccer story, if you know what I mean. But yeah, so that was like, that sticker with Co on the soccer ball is like the crossover, since Co as a mascot character is like the mascot of my previous self when I was like full on into doing my manga and everything, and that was like my identity. So that's where Co came from. So I did him with the ball for With a Cherry on Top, and then with the sword for Kuro Kenshin, which is what we're working on now. How many places is everyone from here? Yes. I think we're all over the place in particular, like different states even for the Americans. But when I did my study abroad, the first year I was still a student. I had a part-time job at a cram school, which is like a tutoring situation style. And then I got employed and I taught actual English for 3 years. I think I had a full year, 1 year as a student doing part-time, and then 1 year full-time at the cram school, 1 year, 2 years with the same company, but we had to change schools, which I didn't like because I loved my school. I loved my school. So basically I was an assistant language teacher for English. So I got to do all the fun classes and games and be the voice of the audio tests, or the listening part of the tests. 16 seasons of, well, I forget what's it called, something. I'm already forgetting I'm like family feud. Facts of Life. That's, yeah, sorry. 16 seasons of Facts of Life. That's a lot of seasons. Boy Meets World had like 7 or 8, and that was long to me. I have to find me scrolling through all these things. Pizza crust is the best. We like bread. It's a bit disappointing pizza. The crust isn't great, but at least I don't have to figure out food. That's fair. There's good pizza, and then there's pizza because I have nothing else. Kitty is in southern Germany. Elle's grandmother is from Bulgaria, and she's in Maryland. Yeah, we got New Mexico, Virginia. I'm in Ohio. Just a heart, man. Just a heart. With a lot of serial killers coming out of here, so. Phoenix is from the middle of well, not necessarily from, but you're in the middle of nowhere. The closest big city is 60 miles away either direction. Kitty's on the other side of southern Germany, so there's Bavaria and Baden-Württemberg. Baden-Württemberg. One of those pronunciations. Baden-Württemberg. Maybe. There's certain letters I'm not quite used to pronouncing it. I am doing I am doing German lessons on Duolingo this week. However long this lesson takes me, but it's been ordering food. So but it doesn't listen when I pronounce the word, and it's telling me I'm doing it wrong. I'm like, that's exactly how I pronounced it. So we've been having, that's why I'm giving Duo a timeout, because it wouldn't listen to me. Cram school, as I understand, it's extreme tutoring. Correct, I was an English teacher's assistant, not an art teacher. I just got to make fun, like, art. I used my art to make the fun games and stuff. 16 seasons of Facts of Life, with most, if not all, being over 20 episodes, but short half-hour episodes. Now who just got dark? Well, I mean, you know. I used to love my grandmother's accent. RIP. Pronunciation was pretty good. I'll take it. I'll take it, Kitty. I'll take it. I don't have anywhere near the confidence, but I would like to get to the point where I can try, especially in the future. Euro trip. Let's go. Paris. Or not necessarily just Paris, but, well, Disneyland Paris. We do want to go there. But I'm gonna come see you. We're gonna come see you, and then you can really tell me how it is. But somewhat sadly, I don't really have a German accent anymore after years of taking a lot of English. Really? Really? So, like, do you really only feel like you have the sort of like German accent when you're speaking German versus like when you're speaking English, and it's more just what style English, I guess? Like, I know, I've heard, I don't know if this is a fact, but I guess like the Midwest region has the most neutral English dialect. I heard that. I don't know if it had to do with like actors, or if it was something like that the English teachers that they wanted like the neutral accents, so they like preferred people from the Midwest. I watch so many different areas of English. Like, I watch a lot of BBC, so a lot of British, and I watch a lot of different, even like foreign countries where English is their second language. So I feel like there's just certain times words come out and it's not how people around me speak. I literally went to a different convention in Columbus, and I just went to say hi to another author, and they're like, "Oh my gosh, where are you from? You have such a unique accent." And I'm like, "I'm literally from here." Now I'm self-conscious about that. What is different? What's going on? So maybe it's part of the way that I talk, maybe it's all the things in my head getting jumbled together, but I think that's interesting that even though you're still like living out there, you don't feel like you have the accent. Let's see. We all have our dark sides. At least ours are hearing about others not participating. Correct. It's just, we just need to know. But also, it's, keep it at a distance. Just need to know a little bit. I bet everyone here knows how to speak more than one language fluently. I only know a few German words and some Spanish from Dora the Explorer. Me too! That's probably about the Spanish that I know. Because my daughter used to watch that show. Fog learned German in high school and Korean for the military. Not fluent in either though. Only fluent in English. I know little bits of lots of languages. I was close to fluent in French while younger, but since I no use it, I lose it. My accent is a weird mix of all over the place depending on what I'm listening to or watching. Okay, so maybe that is kind of something that we kind of pick up from different media, because I will tell you, like when you learn Japanese, you learn the very basic standard, like stuff you'd hear in Tokyo, like that's probably their standard. I would watch a lot of Japanese comedians, so already not speaking necessarily normally, and they would also be primarily from Osaka. Osaka. That's somewhere in the middle between the English pronunciation and the Japanese pronunciation, but the Japanese pronunciation is Osaka. And so I learned a lot of slang from what's not necessarily like, it's not ghetto, but it's like, it's just very hip-hoppy. I don't know, a lot of the stuff I know from there is like hip-hoppy, but it's just very like not proper speaking. So when I would even speak Japanese with my friends, I was very probably very informal, but also like using very different dialects, because that's what I watched on TV. So it's a thing. It can take over. It can absolutely take over. I had a mix of Canadian, Midwestern, Southern accent growing up. I can understand French and Spanish decently well, which is nice. I also speak English with my family a lot just because my brain is entirely fluent. I do speak a little French. I know a couple words in Polish and Spanish. That's really cool. I like that we all like kind of know a little bits of like the same things as well. So Kuro Kenshin, simply put, is like black sword. Kuro is black, Kenshin is sword. It's all about the sword, man. The sword that went missing for 700 plus years, and that's what they're searching for. And they do find it, not in the way that they expected, but yeah. So they're basically, it's kind of like the quest for finding the Kuro Kenshin. And then the rebirth part came out because of this remaster, but also because one of the characters, they have some demon blood by the actions of someone else. I'm trying not to spoil things because this is literally all in like the last book that's revealed. But they also have the Phoenix in them. So since they're one of the main characters, rebirth, Phoenix, stuff like that. Oh, bye, Thog. Have a good night. I guess we should do our sprint then, too. I do plan to go back on focusing on French while working on getting the paperwork together to prove I'm Canadian and get my dual citizenship. Do it. Do it. Absolutely, yeah. I will try to educate if I know the answer. Which that one I did, because I literally, I mean, except for the translation, I invented the lore. I got all the goods. Let's see, Polish is because my nephew's dad speaks Polish with the kiddo and they lived in Poland for half a year. Okay, so you picked up on that. Nice, nice. I mean, so we will start we're going to start on the 20. We're going to start on the 20. Hold me accountable. With my dad being from Egypt, my mom being from here, we went to the Islamic school. So from Bebe through 6th grade. So I was 10. Yes. I was the young one in the class. So the math doesn't make sense, but it makes sense in my case. So from baby until 10, I was educated in Arabic, but I'm realizing the reason why it didn't stick, aside from my dad never really speaking it at home, is because we were taught Arabic as if it was our first language. So like kind of like how we learn English in school and it's like check this grammar and write down this vocab. So it kind of came with the thing like you should already know what this is, but here's how to write it and spell it and blah blah blah. Also, I just was a decent test taker, so I would study enough, pass the test, out of my brain. A lot of struggles I remember at that time, oddly enough. Then I was homeschooled, so I wasn't learning any extracurricular languages. High school, freshman, sophomore, took French. Probably would have liked to go on to French 3, but when they said you have to write essays in French because of French 3, I was like, I don't like writing essays in English. So I dipped. So yeah, younger me definitely did not try to push myself out of my comfort zone. However, they added Chinese to the curriculum my senior year, and I had plenty of room in my schedule. So I took Chinese for my senior year of high school. And then my freshman year of college, I took Chinese 2 essentially, because I couldn't get into Japanese. It was already full. And then there wasn't anything higher than that in Chinese, so I got into Japanese finally. Did 4 years at the university, did the 1 year study abroad, lived there, came back, and ever since then it's just been like Welsh on Duolingo and German and trying to pick up on some of the other things that I studied before, so it's been all over the place. I enjoy it, but I know I'm not giving the time to it to actually like excel. So having a goal like, oh, I want to visit Germany one day would be a better goal for me. So having that on the timeline, might make me just get through those units a little bit more intently. I know nothing of phoenixes and my name has no connection. My sarcasm's coming out. Really, Phoenix? My favorite Polish word I know is kret. I'm gonna assume that I'm probably butchering that, but it means mole. Oh, like a little mole. I love moles. Oh, it is 9:20, so let me read this and then we're gonna start the sprint. Took French in middle school and high school. Went up to French 3, but yes, you lose it if you don't lose it. I would assume that's French 3. And Kotek means kitten. Oh, Kotek. That's cute. That's a cute word for kitten. I like it. I like it a lot. But I also like getting stuff done, so we're gonna do our final sprint of the night. And it's gonna be another 40 minutes, which will take us exactly to 10 o'clock my time. Perfect to wrap up. Oh, well, now it's gonna be 10:01. Good job. I talked too long. But yeah, let's get this last sprint done so we can round out the day feeling good, feeling productive, and get through this hump of a week. Day in the week, whatever. You get it. It's Wednesday, but let's end it on a good note. In 3, 2, 1, go! Do 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 do. Oh, that's how do we close that? How do we close that? How do we close that? Hold on. You're not gonna automatically like play or nothing, right? Oh, yep, you are. I knew it was gonna be weird. Sorry, guys. I'm here. I'm here, though. We slipped into like listening to music, which there's a reason I don't listen to music when I am working on stuff, is because I want to move my body, and I'm like, no, must hold still and draw, but I want to move. So, long story short, could it have been more productive? Possibly. Was it a vibe for a bit there? Except for I had to like skip through a lot of songs. I really need to like separate my playlists into like genres and whatnot, because I know if I want a certain genre, I'm gonna skip a bunch of things that I added on there, because I just like have every like music thing in one playlist. So yeah, that was my sprint. Got a few more bass tones done though, so we did make some decent progress today. I think that puts us, I think we got like 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 bass tones light done. Still got plenty to do, but it was a nice change from just doing line art, because it's basically coloring with very limited range of colors. But the folder looks nice because you can like see the different phases, and that makes me feel happy. So yeah, we did good. We did good, guys. Ooh. Yeah, Elle went to bed. Good night, Elle. And Phoenix did it. Managed to move all the furniture into a new spot and got it to where if you need to, you can leave it and still relax. Sanctuary. You need that peace in your life. We all need that in our life. I wonder if the man's gonna get stuck late again. To wait or not to wait. I'm also feeling, since we were talking about Murder, She Wrote so much, I feel like an episode of Murder, She Wrote before bed is gonna be a choice. Right, baby? It's conked out, baby. It's a baby. Atreyu did eventually leave me. I don't know if he is on the landing or what, but yeah, big sigh. So tired. So tired. Had such a hard day. Kitty's been munching on cookies and doing her puzzle. Very nice. So glad we had these sprints today. They totally helped motivate me to really take advantage of the cooler weather. Doubt it would have gotten it done without these. You're very welcome, my dear friend. That's what we're here for. We're here to like be and support you by being here with each other. So, cheers. Ooh, finally set up where I can do puzzles again. Uh-oh, are we all gonna get the puzzle bug? Because I do have a box of puzzles. Anything else I choose to do tonight will be more along the line of sorting and putting away. Stuff I can do little bits at a time. Yes, that way you don't feel overwhelmed and stressed out if you can't finish it. Smart. Smart, smart. I believe, looking at the calendar, the next sprint, scheduled sprint, what the heck? I can't tell if I feel a fuzzy on my, I don't know, we'll figure it out. The next scheduled sprint is Monday, so Memorial Day is this coming Monday. Most people have off work. We are going to be hanging out and working, doing our thing. The normal time, 7 to 10. Because I have my night market this Saturday, so hopefully I get that info soon and I can just prep in peace. But yeah, that's Saturday, stream Monday, but then I work all evening next week. I work and I work and I work, and then I have setup on Friday and the Comic-Con Saturday and Sunday, so it's gonna be busy. stretch of days, the next 10 days, really, 10, 11 days, depending on how you're counting. So yes, bear with me, but we'll at least have Mac Mondays together. And yeah, I think that's really everything to go over, because we were just hanging out yesterday. Like, we went through a lot of stuff. It was good times. It was good times. Can you tell I'm excited? Yes. I've just got a few new ones I've been excited to get out. Sounds like y'all should be doing puzzles on Mac Mondays. Puzzles and... I was gonna say puzzles and murder. Puzzles and mac and cheese. Moved my collection of puzzles into the flat, so now I have them all accessible, and there's a lot of puzzling in my future. Spent start of the sprint putting my puzzles away near the table I'll be doing them on, so they're already done. Yeah, it's a busy, like, we knew this was coming, but now that it's here, it's like, oh yeah, stress, here we come. Hopefully it's not too stressful. Like, I mean, what else can I do at this point? But it's still, like, it's just gonna be exhausting, because socially exhausted from work and then events and all that. But I will have a staycation afterward, so I know that first week of June, I may not stream just because my husband will be home. We'll have actually like time together, so it'll be like a little vacation, but it'll be a nice break after all of this for sure. Excited and always prepared for Mac Monday, or already prepared. In the flat, we have a table that seats 4 people, but it's only 2 living here, and we rarely eat at the table, so that's all space for puzzling. It's just me and my table, and it can fit at least 4, meaning plenty spaces for puzzles and stuff. And it's the table my monitor has been on before, now on my side table. Well, it sounds excellent. Excellent. If I do get in a puzzle mood, it'll be because of you guys. But I will show you, probably in the Discord chat, because that'll be on the big table. But it would also have to be something I can get done before I move my computer down there. So I might have to resist the temptation. However, the best thing that we can do for ourselves now, well, some of us want to do puzzles, some of us want to keep organizing, some of us should start winding down so we can go to bed. We gotta get up and do more things tomorrow. Woohoo! But yeah, thank you guys for hanging out with me. I hope you have a good rest of your night and you're hydrating. Just a friendly reminder. Hydrate. Don't dehydrate. And we will see each other for surezies next Monday evening at the usual time. So I'm going to wrap us up and I'll see you then. Okay. Bye!